We're feeling good like we should. Like we should. We fucking deserve this. Every single one of you that is making money right now, you deserve every penny. You deserve every single penny that has come your way because you've been grinding. We've been in this range for months, 25 to 30K for months. And we finally got a breakout. Finally got a move. But yeah, man, without further ado, I fucking told you so. You should have fucking listened. You never should have fucking doubted me. Never. So we're going to cover Bitcoin first here, what I think can happen next. Obviously, we had the move that we were expecting. We had the major retest of high time frame demand. Monthly order block. This is like Trader Main 101. Go watch my order block video. Down candle for an up move that broke market structure. We came in, we retested it, traded below this low, formed a monthly SFP, which also happens to be June's high and low. And now we've traded from the bottom of the range to the top of the range. So we faded the top, got back inside, target the low. Fade the low, got back inside, target the high. What does this sound like? This sounds like my Monday's range video. Remember what I said? I said, hey, mark out Monday's high, right? Monday's low. And if price trades below Monday's low, what do we do on a reclaim? Get long, stop at the deviation, target Monday's high. Well, that entire strategy that I shared with you guys in that video is criminally underrated. It's got like 5,000 views only. It should have way more because it is a killer strategy. Well, you can use this exact same concept with any range. It can be a yearly range. It can be a monthly range like we have here. It can be a daily range like Monday's high and low. It can be any random range you fucking want. You can grab a high and a low. It doesn't even have to be a specific one. And if it forms a range, the way that you trade it can be the exact same as that Monday's range video. Look for price to fade one side of the range, trade it in the other direction. So looking at the monthly here, we have a clear breakout, right? Remember when everyone was making fun of Uptober memes? Oh, Uptober, more like Overtober or Downtober. I don't know. There's probably better names than that. Well, look at it now. We're 7-8 days away from the end of the month. And the way it stands right now is we are looking to put a big time bullish market structure shift to the upside here. So that's going to be a super key level. We have this weekly and monthly fair value gap right here that we've pushed into, but the monthly looks like a market structure break to the upside. Well, guess what? That means that we have a new order block forming right here. So if the monthly were to close today like this is a new monthly bullish order block, and any sort of pullbacks into here would be a long. So we had a monthly breaker, monthly order block, and now a new monthly order block, and we're just putting in higher lows the entire way. So this would become the new monthly OB, assuming we close bullishly, and any sort of pullbacks into here, I'm looking to swing long and continue trading price higher. Okay, so the monthly looks good. Like, let's see how we close above this high. Assuming we close above 31,843.9 on the Bybit chart. Obviously, it'll be different on the charts that you're looking at, but we want to see us close above this swing high. Zooming into the weekly, again, we had our monthly OB, we had the weekly breaker right here, weekly SFP, and then we had the weekly sweep of these lows. What do we have here? Sweep the lows, and then what? Weekly order block right here. Retest, rip. Gorgeous, clean as fuck. Weekly, we're up into this fair value gap here. Where would that new monthly order block be? What's the high? 3,400. We have a weekly breaker right at that exact same level right there. So again, any sort of pullbacks into here, that's a buy in my opinion. Personally, I would like to see the range high, and really I would like to see this hold as support now. So any sort of pullbacks in here, I'd like to see hold as support. I'm not opposed to us coming back into here to that monthly OB and this weekly breaker, but I would much rather see us hold above 31K. I think holding above 31K would be ideal. So I think high time frame, like, it all looks good. I don't really see any reason to be rushing to short this thing. Now, if you shorted this spike up into here because you're like, it's a 20% candle, I mean, the only reason to short here is you had this as a predefined resistance level, which we did, but that's ballsy. Price is super fucking bullish, and to just fade the impulse is ballsy, and that's just not how I trade. You're gonna see a lot of people tweet out that they shorted, fucking 35, 34, 35, 36K. Maybe they did, and good for them. But in reality, I'm much happier being long from low and looking to scale out on the move up as opposed to fade it. But that's just me. We came into the fair value gap. We're rejecting. Again, I think some sort of sideways price action is probably the most likely scenario. Could we just leg up again? All gas, no brakes. We get some more bullish ETF news or something like that. of course. But I don't really know for sure what's going to happen next. What I do know is generally after we have a big move like this, what I like to do is, okay, I count my shekels, right? I calm down a little bit, manage my positions, I take some profit across the board, and then I let the market give me a clue as to what might happen next. I don't try and force it. Like, we just smashed this fucking move. We smashed this fucking move 30 fucking percent. I smashed along on F for like 10R. I don't need to force another trade right now. I can sit back, relax, let things come a little bit more clear, right? So we'll have to see what happens. It's only Monday, right? So a lot can happen between now and the end of the month, but this is a banger start to Q3. This is your quarterly candle right here to begin. So we're going to have to wait and see. Anything can fucking happen. We can trade all the way back down to 25K. I think the likelihood of us trading sub 20K again is very low. It doesn't mean that it can't happen. I just think that it's very unlikely based on the structure that we've put in here, and it would completely decimate the chart, and it'd take a long time for it to get fixed. But anything can happen. Any sort of large pullback can happen. So we're going to let price develop a little bit. If you made money, great. Don't go and give it all back to the market right now, trying to catch the next fucking move. Don't rush back in to give the money you just made, planning out and taking a very calculated position. Don't just give it all back, rushing in, trying to catch a short or catch the next trade because you feel like you want to make a little bit more. You want to squeeze a little bit more juice. Move like this. It's a great time to take some profit, reanalyze, reassess. So Bitcoin, I think all time frames look really good. The 12-hour, again, there's not much to say here. This is your 12-hour range. Fucking 25%. Not much to do, but fucking chill right now and let some more PA develop. There's no trade for me here on any of these time frames. You can go down to the hourly. There's still nothing here. What are you doing? Are you shorting with your stop there? That's ludicrous because where are you targeting, right? Are you longing? I don't know. If you get down to the really low time frames, can you play this kind of structure and scalp around? Sure, but I would much rather take a long a month ago and just hold it and chill and play video games and work out and do fun stuff than scalp the 5-minute chart. And even the Ethereum trade, we took it like 2 or 3 days ago and it fucking went 10R. Like, that's way more enticing to me than scalping some low time frame shit. But yeah, looks good. Let's fucking chill. Let price calm down. Don't do anything rash. Don't give back all this sweet fucking shekels you just made. Okay, so Ethereum, we absolutely fucking smashed this trade. So again, Telegram, I literally posted right before the move happened. I said, this is setting up for a long right here on the H12 with the H1 trigger. I gave you guys the exact setup. We had the H12 sweep, H1 breaker, market structure shift, retest, stop at the low, draw down for a couple hours, and fucking we're up 9R. So I've closed half of this. I would like to think that Ethereum now has its time to catch up because it's been getting fucking smashed. But overall, very happy with how this trade worked out. Basic shit. Weekly SFP, 12-hour SFP, 12-hour breaker, H1 breaker. Bob's your fucking uncle. We smashed it. So I'm still going to hold this because I think this can trade much higher. So I'm not closing the full thing. I only closed half. Very happy with how that worked out. That's a very classic main setup. And Ethereum looks good. Like, if you look at the monthly here, we swept that low and we never closed below it. And now we're starting to curl up. Go down to the weekly, traded below the low, put in a sweep down here, and now we've reclaimed. So to me, this looks bullish. This looks like it can trade to 2K very easily, barring something horrific. Like, the worst case scenario is like, let's say they come out and say, actually, the ETF's been denied or pushed back or some annoying shit, and then this thing gets back in the range, then all bets are off, I guess. But for now, play the trend. Do not try and fight the trend, in my opinion. It's just silly. Could there be good shorts? Could price go down? Of course. I'm not telling you to buy after a 20% move. I told you to buy $10,000 ago. So do not construe my excitement with the fact that I bought at 25 to 26K. I'm not telling you to buy at 35K, but I do think that things can go higher. The market remains bullish. I'm going to continue to play the trend, right? Until the market structure shifts, I see no reason to change. We had our first bearish shift on dollar in literally 2 months. Finally getting some bearish market structure here. So if this starts to correct, that bodes really well for continued up price action on Bitcoin. And if this starts to correct to the upside, that bodes very well for continued upside price action on Bitcoin, right? So Ethereum, we're going to hold this long. We're going to hold this long. I feel good about it. I'm still happy to hold 50% of it because we absolutely nailed this one. If you're trying to learn my system, go to my Telegram, look at the original post for this, go to the H12, find your order block, find your SFP, go to the hourly, find your breaker, find your SFP, find find your market structure break. That's all you needed to get in this trade. No fucking indicators, no bullshit. I didn't need to know anything but those couple of lines, and you got yourself a banger trade, and you do not need many of these to make a living. Trust me. All right. So very happy, looking good. I do think that hopefully it's time for this thing to fucking catch a bid. I've been basically waiting for the bulls to step in here. We obviously had that huge move up on Bitcoin, which led to this big old dump here. At one point, this was down like 7 or 8%. Maybe we fill that wick, but if we don't catch a bid around this area where we're trading right now, the next area for me is another 20% lower on this thing. So either Bitcoin is going to continue to rally super hard, and altcoins, for the most part, not all of them, because there are some that are doing well. Look at Link, look at Inge, look at Solana. There are going to be some that outperform, but for the most part, when FBTC looks like this, you can make a pretty good bet that the majority of altcoins are getting dicked by Bitcoin. So I'd like to see this catch a bid and see Ethereum play catch up a little bit. And the whole point of that BTC thesis was, hey, all of the headwinds are behind Bitcoin right now, not Ethereum. So you're better off longing Bitcoin. And that's been the case. Bitcoin has outperformed, and this has continued to get slaughtered. The other thing you look at is BTC dominance. Part of that chart was saying, hey, we just broke out of a 2-year range on BTC dominance, and then we were retesting the breakout. And then what happened? Whoop! Bitcoin basically outperformed everything outside of a few select altcoins. So there are going to be some altcoins that are outperforming, but if you're trying to buy altcoins right now and you're like, I gotta be in alts, I can't buy Bitcoin, it's too expensive, or for whatever fucking reason you don't want to long Bitcoin, even though it's been leading the market. If you're going to buy some alt, or you're going to tell me to chart some alt for you, it better be fucking outperforming Bitcoin and outperforming Ethereum on those ratio charts. Because if it's not, you're doing it wrong. You're consciously picking an asset that is underperforming the rest of the market. So I have no problem with you wanting to trade altcoins and praying for a fucking alt season and all the stupid shit that many of you do. But it better be at least outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum, or else you are literally consciously playing the slower horse. So don't do that. There are going to be some altcoins that are outperforming, but when Bitcoin dominance looks how it does, and Bitcoin just moved how it did, what that tells you is that most altcoins are getting crushed. Most altcoins are not doing as well as Bitcoin. So first of all, the dollar looking like potentially going to correct here. So if we get some sort of large correction on the dollar, that's going to be really good for Bitcoin, in my opinion. So Monday's range video, you guys need to watch that video. If you have not watched that video, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Here's last week's Monday's range. This is verbatim from the video. It's not even using any sort of low time frame entry technique, nothing. We had Monday's high here. We have Monday's low here. Traded above. Got the hourly close back inside. You enter on the hourly close. You put your stop at the deviation. You target Monday's low. No drawdown. Immediately to Monday's low. And then this one ended up running fucking hella, like 13, 14R from that point. I'm not saying you would have held it for that entire time, but once you start adding layers to that strategy, right? You say, oh, we've got a weekly fair value gap here, and we've got a 12-hour SFP here. Once you start adding other pieces of confluence, then you might not just close it at Monday's low. You might hold it for longer, right? And take out the H12 low. But this was verbatim from that video, the exact strategy. That's it working in action right there. Where you trade natural gas on? I have a few different places. One of them being the sponsors of this video, Prime XBT. You want to support your boy? You like all the free alpha I give you? You're making money off the calls I post in Telegram and on Twitter and all the other places that I post shit for free, and the Discord that I run with tons of educational content, the YouTube videos that I've been posting for years and years and years now. You guys want to support me? You enjoy this kind of content? Best way to do that, use some of my links. My links are in the description. Prime has been sponsoring me on these videos for over 2 years now. So if you want to support me, you want to trade things like natural gas, you can trade Euro USD, you can trade the US 500, and you can do all of that, no KYC, with crypto. But yeah, if you want to support me, best way to do it, use that link, deposit some money, use code MAIN50 before you deposit. And then yeah, it's a great way to support me, and you can trade natural gas there. Let's fucking go. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling real good. You're not gonna tell me nothing. We don't give a fuck. The number's going up. There's a line at 30K and we're above it. That's all you need to know. All you need to know is your dick might be getting a little wet tonight. It's time to get on the phone. Start dialing. Don't even say anything. Go through your DMs and just send them the price of Bitcoin. No game at all. Just send them the price. It's done. You're in. You boys are back. Let's fucking go. We just had to flex on them a little bit, you know? I got cash all over my desk. It's time to go to the pawn shop, buy back those watches you sold. It's time to go back to your boss and tell him to go fuck himself. It's time to tell your parents, no, you're a failure. That annoying coworker that's asking you about your Bitcoin, you go and you just smack him in the mouth. That's what you do. Capo? Where is he? Where is he? Somebody go check.